Hey everybody, ThrewRedButter here, back again with another beer review. Happy New Year and all that jazz. Coming at you today with a very special beer I dug out from the depths of my collection. I previously reviewed other Firestone Walker anniversary beers. I believe I've done that 28, 27, and 26 on this channel. Found a older vintage, again in my box of goodies. Figured I'd break it out for, this will either be the first, definitely one of the first reviews of 2026 from Firestone Walker Brewing out of California. It is a yearly release, their anniversary beers. This one is the Firestone Walker 15th anniversary ale, bottled in, I believe, 2011. So we've got 14 plus years on this one. So pretty excited to dig into this one. Let's see what we got. And unpack there. Oh, look at that. Yeah, let's get a shot of the bottle itself. 15. All right. Bottling date. Don't see one right away, but we don't need to. I'm pretty positive it's 2011 it was done. And yes, and we got the insert. Can't know what you're drinking unless you got the insert. All right. Close up for me. Come on. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Nice. See if I can keep it all in one shot. I'll be very impressed if I can do that. If you don't know, I mentioned this in my previous reviews of the other anniversary beers that I've done, but every year, Firestone Walker gathers together teams of brewers and winemakers, and they concoct blends of Firestone Walker beers in various spirit barrels, and the winning recipe becomes that year's anniversary ale. So this is the 2011, aka the Firestone 15, and with every anniversary beer, you get the insert, the story on the back, and of course, the final winning blend. And looking this up before I shot the review, the 15 is more barley wine component, as to, at the time that these were released, they were more typically stout quality. But let's see what we got here. Ooh, fold it on up. There we go. And I shall decree, the Lord said. Alright, so, final blend. Here we go. We've got, Helldorado, a blonde barley wine aged in bourbon barrels, 18% of the final blend. Sticky Monkey, English barley wine, aged in bourbon and brandy barrels. 17% of the final blend. Helldorado, also in brandy barrels, in addition to the bourbon barrels, sorry. Bravo, a Imperial brown ale, aged in bourbon and brandy barrels, 17% of the final blend. Double barrel ale, aged in retired Firestone Union barrels, a double-strength English pale ale, 13% of the final blend. Goodfoot, American barley wine, aged in bourbon barrels, 11% of the final blend. Velvet Merkin, Oatmeal Stout, aged in bourbon barrels, 10% of the final blend. Parabola, there it is. Russian Imperial Oatmeal Stout, aged in bourbon barrels, 9% of the final blend. And, not sure how this is going to hold up, but here we go. Look at that. In the Firestone 15, 5% of the final blend was Double Jack, a double IPA. Maybe it didn't hold up too long in here, but yeah, look at that. Barley wine, brown ale, English pale ale, barley wine, oatmeal stout, double IPA. Look at that. So we definitely got almost 50% of it is barley wine component. Look at that. See? Doing it on camera for you guys. Right there. The cap says 2010. I could have sworn it was 2011. I don't know. We'll say I was close enough. There we go. Let's see how she pours. pouring out like a dirty brown, not brown, brownish, but it's pouring out like a dirty ruby red. It's looking like iced tea. Get that right there. All right. So the appearance on the Firestone 15th anniversary ale. What do you all think? Like I said, it looks like dirty iced tea coming out of the glass. It's got like a brownish, ruby red color to it. Very muddy and murky. Less than a finger of off-white head. Yeah, looks like a really good barley wine. Not surprised right there. Pretty excited about this one. Let's get an aroma on Firestone 15. Getting just classic, world-class English barley wine notes. Getting that toffee and that caramel. Bourbon from the barrel, lending some sweetness. It's got a lot of like toffee sweetness to it. Sweetness from the brandy, decent amount of bourbon pop. A lot of oak and wood. That's held up nice. Yeah, and it's got big American barley wine components. Look, I said it looked like iced tea. It has kind of like an iced tea aroma to it. From the aroma, it doesn't have any off flavors or hints of, I don't know, oxidation or anything, so it smells like it's held up pretty well. But here we go. Let's get a taste on Firestone 15. Cheers. Yeah, flavors are a little muted, gotta say. I'm not totally surprised with how much age is on this one. Nothing's really popping on the taste like it did. Not that the aroma blew my hair back, but everything was there. But here on the taste, it's not really so. Coming in kind of bland, unfortunately. It does have those toffee and caramel notes, but they're very muted. Same with the oak. Not a lot of flavor from the spirit barrels themselves, as in there's no like real bourbon or brandy flavors here to write home about. It's got a pretty good dark fruit presence on it. A little bit of cherry and raisin and fig. And as for the barrel itself, I got some oak and wood on the nose. Not really getting it here. It just tastes like a very muted barley wine. Unfortunately, I think the flavors have faded a lot on this one over the years. I mean, 14 years, not really that surprised. Doesn't taste bad at all. Doesn't feel like the bottle, suffered any kind of oxidation or infection. It's just, yeah, everything's very faded on this one. Body's nice and full. It feels like a big bastard in beer, barley wine. I didn't say what the ABV on the final product was. 12.5%. I'm getting sloppy. 12.5%. No booze, no alcohol. Not even warming at all in the throat or the chest. It's not hard to drink. I mean, the only reason I would say drinkability is not stellar is because I'm looking for something for my taste buds to latch onto, but there's just nothing there. I don't blame the beer at all. I know these anniversary beers are stellar each year, so I mean, this one's just a product of its age, so I mean, it is what it is. So, as for your final score, final verdict, final rating on the Firestone Walker 15th Anniversary Ale. 12.5% alcohol by volume. Yep, everything I said. Unfortunately, yeah, age, time was just not very kind to this one. That's not indicative of what the program is, or what Firestone Walker is capable of in general. It's just, yeah, too much time aging on this one. So, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, slightly above meh because it does have something there. So like 5.9 out of 10. Not because it's bad at all. It's just too much time. 5.9 out of 10. Firestone Walker 15th Anniversary Ale. That's going to do it for me through Red Butter. Till next time. Cheers, everybody.